Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my all-time favorite horror slash thriller slash suspenseful games that I've ever played and really recommend. Some of these games are more thrillers, intense, some of these games are just straight up scary and horrors, and some of them are just like really creepy, have a super creepy vibe to them. Also, before we get into it, just a fair warning, there will be some gore and graphic content while we're watching the trailers. That's just kind of the nature of the genre. I've tried to cut out a lot of it, but some of it obviously slipped through the cracks or are a big part of the storyline, such as like when zombies are shown and things like that. But if you enjoy this video, please stick around. I'm also planning on doing a storytelling slash cozy version of this video as well. That's also a genre I really enjoy, and I would love to give you lots of recommendations for games like that, and I have lots to share. So let's dive right in. So of course I have to start off with a game that is near and dear to my heart, and that is The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is easily one of my favorite games that I have ever played. You are constantly being forced to decide who lives, who dies, who your character becomes, who your character is going to build relationships with in order to survive. You are just constantly being forced to make these huge choices throughout the entire game and throughout all the episodes. So The Walking Dead would be definitely choice-based narrative and kind of butterfly effect. There's a huge focus on storytelling, and the main genre of The Walking Dead would kind of be interactive adventure. It's not necessarily like an action game, but it's also not necessarily a horror game. And me personally, I hate jump scares, and this game has some light jump scares, and there's also light action sequences. This game is intense, it's thrilling, it's emotional, sometimes it's even heartwarming. I really recommend this game a lot. Next up is Little Nightmares, and honestly, this is one of the creepiest games I've ever played. And I think what makes it so creepy is that there's no dialogue. You play as this little tiny character in a giant world. She's wearing like kind of a creepy outfit too, the classic like yellow raincoat. And just the audio, the visuals, there's so much tension. It's just like a really unsettling vibe. It was not necessarily scary because of jump scares. There's no jump scares or anything, but it's just the tone, like what you feel while you're playing the game. I actually read that this game is supposed to be like your childhood fears and nightmares kind of coming to life. But aside from all of that, this is basically a puzzle game, so you're trying to solve puzzles to make it through different rooms. I would say the genre of this one is like a psychological thriller slash horror and also adventure. Like you definitely do have to adventure around and try and make your way through certain rooms, and all the rooms are pretty different. It's just like a really fun game to play. It's one of those games that's kind of hard to put down, but you don't want to play at night. It's a little creepy to play at night. This next one is A Way Out. A Way Out is more of a thriller slash you're on the edge of your seat type of game. And what initially drew me to this game is the fact that it is made by the same people who made It Takes Two. And I also love the co-op aspect of it. So this is a co-op game, so you have to play with one other person. You can play online or you can do couch co-op, which is what I have done. So this game is basically an action adventure game where you and your friend have to play as two prisoners who try and make their way out of prison. The tension in this game is insane, as you can imagine, I'm sure. You are trying to break out of prison. There's constantly people watching you. There's constantly people looking for you. You have to figure out your way without having many resources. Every decision you make affects the both of you. It really felt like one wrong move could ruin everything. You could be the person who falls while you both are trying to climb and then you get caught. So it feels very high stakes. This game definitely does have a really heavy storytelling aspect, and there is drama, so that's always fun too. A fun fact about me, my attention span is really small, and somehow A Way Out captured my attention immediately, which is extremely rare for me. I can't emphasize this enough. So that just goes to show how right off the bat the storytelling was there, the audio, the visuals, everything. It's a really good game and I really recommend it. No jump scares, just heavy thriller and unease while you play. Last but very certainly not least is any of the supermassive Dark Pictures anthology games. The trailer that's playing right now is A Devil in Me. That is one of my favorites from the whole series, but they have, I believe, 6, one of them being Until Dawn, which is a really popular one. These games are unreal. You are literally playing in a horror movie. Really heavy storytelling, but the consequences and the butterfly effect are so real. Really, no decision you make goes unscathed while you're playing this game. A decision you make at the very beginning of the game could affect the outcome of your entire game, and you'll get a completely different ending as your friend who made a different decision at that same point. It's cinematic, it's choice driven, it's interactive. Like I said, the storytelling is unreal. There's a huge emphasis on the butterfly effect, and this definitely sits in the horror genre for sure. There's lots of jump scares and lots of gore.